One of the most infamous figures of the 20th century was a man by the name of Adolf Hitler. He had many plans and dreams, and some of these were quite evil and destructive. Hitler was also obsessed with knowing the future. He wished always to know how his plans were going to succeed, and in particular, he was obsessed with finding out when he was going to die. One day he asked a fortune teller, "What day will I die?" The fortune teller replied, "You will die on a Jewish holiday." Hitler was excited because now he was getting a little closer to what he wanted to find out. "Yes, but which Jewish holiday?" he asked impatiently. The fortune teller looked at him and said, "Any day that you die will be a Jewish holiday." We always want to know about the end of things. Wouldn't it be great to know what day we are going to die? Wouldn't it? I don't think so. Yet most of us are more than curious about that. People are obsessed with wanting to know when the world is going to come to an end. At the turn of the first millennium, in the year 1000, there were many prophets saying the world would be coming to an end. The same thing happened in the year 2000, at the turn of the second millennium. Of course, the millennium came and the millennium went, and the world is still standing. Those prophets quietly disappeared from public view, but not before leaving a lot of panicked people and not a few suicides. When is the world going to end? Most people could not handle such knowledge. In our own day, many people are seeking after visions and prophets because of a tremendous curiosity to know. It was no different in the time of Jesus. People were always coming to him with the question, "Are these the end times? When is the end coming?" Jesus always gave them the same answer. "It's none of your business. It's not your concern. Don't be preoccupied with such things." Today we hear once again, "Of that day nor hour no one knows, not the angels in heaven, not even me, not even the Son, but only the Father in heaven knows these things." It is good so. We humans have a built-in curiosity which is both a gift and a curse. When we go to school, we are curious to learn many things. Later in life, too, we continue to read and expand our knowledge. But we're also curious about things it would be better not to know. At the court of the French king, Louis XI, there was a powerful fortune teller. He looked at a lady in the court and said, "This woman is going to die soon." And sure enough, within the week, the woman was dead. So the king was in awe of this man's power. But he was also afraid of it, seeing it as a threat to his own power. The king wanted him out of the way. He called the fortune teller into his private royal apartments and had his henchmen stationed behind the curtains. At a signal from the king, the henchmen were to come out and push the fortune teller out the window to his death, so that the king would be the most powerful person in the land. The fortune teller entered, and the king said to him, "You think you are so wise. Tell me this, what day are you going to die?" The fortune teller realized that something was amiss, and so very wisely he replied, "I will die just 3 days before your majesty dies." Needless to say, the king never gave the signal, and the man was never pushed out the window. One of God's greatest gifts to us is that knowledge of some things is withheld from us. In our own cyber age, it is frightening to realize how much information is out there about you and me, available to a lot of people who shouldn't have it. Big Brother has information on each of us. And equally frightening, computer hackers can get into our personal information, steal our passwords, steal our identities, and use our credit cards without our knowledge. Technology has brought us wonderful things, but it has also brought us a very frightening excess of information that should not be out there. We live in an age that is dangerously curious. We want to know all about other people. We want to know every detail of their private life, and we revel in the dirt. We live in an age where people believe they have the right to know everything about which they are curious. And their right to curiosity has come to supersede our right to privacy. It's truly frightening. Perhaps there are some who could take knowing all about the private lives of their neighbors, or the hour of their own death, or the day the world will come to an end. Most of us can see that it is much better not to know. It is not ours to know the day or the hour. At the ancient Greek oracle of Delphi, a prophetess would speak supposedly in the name of the god Apollo, giving pronouncements on questions posed to her. One day the question was posed, "Who is the wisest person in Greece?" The oracle answered, "The wisest person in Greece is Socrates." When the great philosopher heard this, he said, "Well, if the gods have said it, then I suppose I must believe it. But if I am indeed the wisest one among the Greeks, it is only because of all the Greeks I am the only one who realizes that I know nothing." It is wisdom to realize that we know nothing. It is true wisdom to realize that it is better so. It is the highest wisdom to realize that it is much better to trust in the God who is all love.